Good morning again, Bow Valley. I have something to show you this morning, and it's something that I'm kind of proud of. It's a beautiful orchid, and I've actually managed to get it to reflower. I love orchids. I think they're amazing, just a beautiful flower. And in the past, I've had difficulties with them, getting them to flower again after the flowers that were on them died when I brought them home from the store. So finally, I did some research and I found out that I wasn't providing my orchids with the proper environment that they needed to produce their flowers. I was looking at my other household plants and how they were flourishing, and I was giving my orchid the same environment: sunlight, water, good soil. However, in the wild, orchids actually hang from trees in the shade with limited water and no soil. So by me giving my orchid these additional things that they weren't created for, I was actually damaging them instead of nourishing them. This made me think of us as Jesus followers. When we give our lives to Jesus, he makes us into a new creation that can't thrive in the same environment that we were used to being in. All of a sudden, it's as if Jesus takes us and removes the dirt, puts us in the shade of who he is, and in that environment of growing our roots around who he is, gives us just the right amount of food and water to thrive and to flower. In John 15, it says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me and I in him, he will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing." Jesus gives us everything we need to have our hearts and souls thrive and produce fruit, or in an orchid's case, flowers. And in Galatians 5:22, it tells us what some of those fruits are, where it says that the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, endurance, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. When we start adding things that we weren't created for, like selfishness, unforgiveness, anger, worry, distrust, it's like adding dirt around an orchid's roots. We're not meant to live in those things, and it creates an unhealthy environment where we end up not thriving and where our lives aren't able to produce the fruit or flowers that we were meant to. If you're struggling today with some dirt, I'd encourage you to just spend some time with Jesus. Ask him to show you the areas that you might need to wrap your roots around his character, or where you need to allow yourself to live in the shelter and the nourishment of being connected to him. He is always faithful to do that and put us back in right relationship with himself, where we can again start producing the flowers and the fruit that he created us to. I hope this has encouraged you today, and if you want to talk a little bit more about how to become a new creation where love, joy, and peace are part of your new environment, I know that Pastor Gary would love to chat with you about that, and so his email address is pastor@bowvalleybaptist.com. Thanks, and I hope you all have a wonderful day today.